coming up. The Bradford Bulls are going to be taking their Bulls Nation there in great numbers, and there are 50 golden tickets in circulation here at Oddsall today. If you get up there and you're listening in, spend £5 or more at one of the kiosks or bars, you'll get a scratch card, and there are 50 tickets to the Summer Bash weekend there ready to win. So get a part of that. Everyone can be a winner as the Bulls are running out to try and take the 2 points and win. It could be a victorious day for so many people here at Oddsall this afternoon.
Steve Crossley leads the Bradford Bulls out the popular terrace, erupts, the red, amber and black scarves and flags in the air. We're about to get proceedings underway on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. The Bradford Bulls line up once again, Ethan Ryan at fullback. The wing three-quarter line of D. Foggin Johnston, Jake Webster, Ross Oakes and Reece Evans. The half-back will see Rowan Milnes return to action for the first time since he suffered the knee injury in that 24-10 defeat away at Sheffield, and he will partner Matty Wildy. The forwards then, Liam Kirk, Sam Haller, Steve Crossley, Matty Staunton, Connor Farrell and Elliot Minchella, and on the bench is Gibson Green, Flanagan and Wood. We're up and running. The Bulls in their traditional home shirt of red, amber and black hoops. They will play from right to left. They will play towards the South Bank stand in this first half, and immediately Sam Hallis on tackle number 1. There was appeals for a penalty for a high tackle, Damien.
Well, I think it was Liam Kirk that took that first hit up off the kickoff, and it looked like an awkward tackle. He fell into it and it went sort of high. And again, on his right shoulder there, he's got a burner, which we saw 2 weeks ago against Toulouse. It looks like he awkwardly fell on that shoulder. A little bit of early concern. We talked about being short up front with the big boppers today for Bradford Bulls. We don't want to see an injury there early for the Bulls on one of the props.
Yeah, Liam Kirk. On will come the Bradford Bulls physio, so some early discomfort for Liam Kirk. Bradford on the last tackle. Matty Staunton will play the ball 5 metres shy of the halfway line. Out of dummy half from Hallers. Back to kick goes towards Milnes. Milnes kick will be taken by Stefan March over on that far stand side. Stefan March, ex-Wigan, ex-Widnes, 28 years of age. A lot of experience in this Leigh Centurions side, and that's none more epitomised than Mickey Hyam, 38. He made his league debut back in 1999. That was before we were talking about the Millennium Bug and whether or not that would affect everyone's computer. But here come Leigh, setting the stall out early doors. Fourth tackle gone, 30 metres out from the Bradford line. And here goes Hyam to Richardson. Richardson to former Bradford product Jay Bentley's brought down by Milnes. Them two were former teammates once upon a time in the academy, and it's the last tackle here for the Leigh Centurions. Richardson in front of the post, kick through behind, and Connor Farrell dives on the ball and averts the danger, and it's 0-0 here with 2 minutes gone on the clock. So Bradford are just going to do a bit of hard work now as it goes from Wildy towards Ethan Ryan on tackle number 1. Wildy finds D. Foggin Johnston, and Johnston's quick off the mark. Leigh inside the 10. First penalty to the Bradford Bulls on their own 20-metre line.
Yeah, very good set and attack there from Leigh Centurions, moving it through the right edge. Some good work from Richardson there, and also Hyam out of dummy half. But it was well diffused by Bradford Bulls. A little grubber from Richardson inside around the sticks, well gathered. And then Ryan got out of dummy half very nicely and earned a penalty on the 10-metre line as the Bulls now on the second tackle in attack, just entering into the Centurions half.
Hallis to Crossley. Crossley sucks in Bentley and Adamson. Huge forward drive there from Crossley. Bradford 30 metres out as it now goes from Milnes back to Staunton. Staunton working this left edge, and he's going to be brought down by Brooks and Bentley in a 2-man tackle. 2 tackles remaining here for the Bulls. They're just a metre inside the Leigh Centurions 20-metre line as it goes from Milnes to Minchella, and Minchella will make a small gain of a couple of metres forward. Bradford 15 metres out, just to the right-hand side of the post as it goes from Hallers to Wildy. Wildy to Ryan. Ryan's going to be brought down 10 metres out. Suffocating defence there from Brooks and Adamson. And that's the last tackle for Leigh. They're going on the short-hand side, straight into the arms there of Ross Oakes, and it was fired in from Farrell, and it's just ricocheted off Ross Oakes' chest, and it's gone dead in goal, and that will be a 7-tackle set coming up here for the Leigh Centurions. And Greg McNally will tap the ball to Pownall, one of the 4 former Bradford players playing for Leigh this afternoon. We've had 3.5 minutes gone on Pulse 2. That's the 0 tackle. Hyam in at dummy half, and he's going to find the former NRL, Cronulla and Gold Coast experienced forward Luke Douglas on loan from St Helens, it must be said, as it goes now from Higham, as Kirk has overcome that early scare to his left shoulder, and Crossley come in, and they're going to bring down Toby Adamson on the halfway line. Higham now towards the loose forward Luke Adamson 10 metres inside the Bradford half. Referee Tom Grant keeping a good close eye on the 10 metres early here as Douglas finds Woods back to Adamson. Adamson puts the fend in, tries to get past Minchella. Staunton comes in with a try-saving tackle on tackle number 4, and Leigh are 20 metres out from the Bradford line as Higham goes through a gap. Higham brought down there by Ethan Ryan, and that is the last tackle, and the Bulls have conceded the penalty. Ethan Ryan and Liam Kirk hands in at the ruck, delaying the quick play of the ball. That has happened on the last tackle. No complaints from me. And Leigh are now going to tap the ball from Higham to Douglas. Douglas has a tilt at the Bradford line. Crossley and Kirk standing tall. And Douglas is going to play the ball inches away from that Bradford line. Highams looking on that far stand side to Richardson, to Woods, along the line now to Toby Adamson. Adamson, a good hit up and contact from Wildy and Farrell, the two former Featherstone Rovers players. A lot of contest there as it goes from Higham, and they're going to crash over. Quick play the ball. Higham sends it to Sam Brooks, and Sam Brooks, he made one appearance for the Bulls under Jeff Tuvey in 2017. He opens the scoring for the Leigh Centurions. 5.5 minutes gone on the clock here on Pulse 2. It is Bradford Bulls 0, Leigh Centurions 4.
Yeah, Mick, look, that was a pushover try there. A nice angle run in by the right hand of the sticks to score there through Sam Brooks. But the damage was done at the back end of the set there. A good defensive set prior to this one the Bulls administered, but failed just to get it completed as a defensive set and gave away a penalty on the last, which saw Leigh Centurions playing the ball on the 10-metre out. Very hard side to stop from there. Well worked through the halves and running angles there from the props to go over. Not the best start for the Bulls there, but as you say, it's come on the back of one, not completing their own set down on the attacking line. They tried to force it through the right edge, just came up with a knock on there. That saw Leigh go down to the other end, complete one set, but then get that piggyback penalty right at the end of the set, which just saw weight of possession there early on, pay and get the points. Not the end of the world there for the Bulls, but they'd like to just tighten up the end of that set there and try and get repeat sets down the far end, because that's rugby league. Leigh have gone straight down the other end and in one set have got the points.
Danny Richardson from in front of the post. It's a successful conversion for Super League's top point scorer last season with 325 points last week in that 46-6 win against Rochdale. He was 7 from 8, and the 22-year-old is certainly enjoying life and garnering a lot of points at Leigh. It is Bradford Bulls 0, Leigh Centurions 6. Sam Brooks with the try, Danny Richardson with the conversion from in front, and certainly the Bulls, they've not had the best of luck against Leigh. Just one win in the last 6 meetings, and remember what happened back here in 2016 and 2015, that 36-all draw and 32 points apiece. 2 great, intoxicating games of Championship Rugby League, and certainly this afternoon the Bulls will be hoping to make it a hat-trick in the Leigh-Bradford Odsal trilogy. But 7.5 minutes gone, Leigh on the restart. Douglas will play the ball on tackle number 3 as it goes from Higham, and Higham in at dummy half looking for options. It's going to go back to Richardson. It takes a ricochet off of Liam Kirk. Bradford have good field position now because Minchella will play the ball on tackle number 1 just inside the Bradford half, and Defogging Johnston wins his second penalty of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. Once again, referee Tom Grant saying hands in at the ruck. So 3 early penalties, 2 to the Bulls, and Milnes will take Bradford 30 metres out from that Leigh try line. There's an early score coming in from Post Office Road. It's Featherstone 0, Dewsbury Rams 6. Still scoreless at the share between Halifax and Toronto, and likewise at Bootham Crescent between York and Sheffield. Hallis out of dummy half to Crossley. Crossley's brought down. He's been an ever-present for the Bulls in 2019. Just one of 5 players who've played in every game. As Milnes to Webster. Webster with a line break, and Webster will go past Bentley and McNally, and the Bulls have hit back in quick draw fashion, and it's Bradford Bulls 4, Leigh Centurions 6. We've just said, Damien, Leigh's last 2 visits to Odsal, they've been thrillers. I'm calling it now. This one's going to go the distance.
Another set on the back of a penalty there. There was a slow holding down penalty on Foggen Johnson here on the 40-metre line. And a lovely set play there as Milne. We talk about the class of having an out-and-out halfback in place. The young lad's gone in. He's taken it first wide of the ruck, very direct and straight. Went between 2 defenders and a lovely little ball off the hip to find Jake Webster, just poking his nose through between 2 defenders. That's all he needs, the big centre. He's found his way straight through there, supported on the inside by Milne, wasn't required. A lovely little play that from the halfback. That will give him the world of confidence going in for the rest of this match.
Welcome back to Rugby League action, Rowan Milnes, and the 20-year-old will certainly enjoy that try assist to Jake Webster, who's crashed over for his 3rd try of the season. Bradford's 20th in total, and Elliot Minchella on the Pulse 2 kick predictor, it's saying 32% chance right on this main stand side. 5 metres in from the main stand, but Minchella was 4 from 4 last week in that narrow 25-20 defeat away at Widnes, and the Pulse kick predictor's right. He's hoofed it wide as Elliot Minchella, but nonetheless the Bulls have shown a bit of fight after conceding that early try to Sam Brooks in the 6th minute. And with 10 minutes gone here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon, Mick Liddell and Damien Irving, your call team. It is the Bradford Bulls 4, Leigh Centurions 6, and we're back up and ready as it goes from Richardson's right boot straight down the throat of Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan's trying to navigate a maze past these dark blue and red shirted Leigh Centurions defenders as it goes from Hallis to Foggen Johnston. Johnston had his first try for the Bulls last week. He's appealing for another penalty. This time referee Grant keeps whistle away from lips, and it's going to see Minchella brought down 10 shy of the halfway line on tackle number 3. Here goes Hallis. Hallis to Staunton. Staunton carries Bradford inside the Leigh half, attracting 4 Leigh Centurions defenders, including Higginson and also Pownall. Staunton will play the ball on tackle number 4. It'll go from Hallis to Minchella to Crossley. Crossley sucks in the defence. Back to Minchella. Minchella along the line to Wildy. Bradford looking to open Leigh up on the right-hand edge on the far stand side as it goes from Minchella to Oakes. And Oakes is brought down 40 metres out from the Leigh line on the last tackle. It's a quick play the ball. It goes back to Wildy. Wildy sends one to McNally. McNally nearly collided with Pownall, and McNally will return the ball to his own 10-metre line. So 11.5 minutes gone. This one being played at a frenetic pace. Bradford have penned Leigh back inside their own 20 with 2 tackles gone. Webster and Crossley back in on tackle number 3, and Stephen March is going to be pushed back inside his own 20. So good line speed, and the force the error on Stephen March. Steve Crossley, Liam Kirk take a bow. This will be a scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls in good field position, 20 metres out from the Leigh line, centre field.
13 minutes gone in the game, and coming out of the 20-metre line, Leigh Centurion are met in the 2nd tackle in a row by the 2 prop forwards, Steve Crossley and Liam Kirk. What a work rate. That's fantastic, and they've come up with just rewards. They've been come up with the error there from Centurion. Steve Crossley, immense start to the game from him. There was 2, 3, 4 in that tackle coming in, defending in great numbers. The Bulls playing the scrum now. Hallis comes out, and they've just gone out through the centres there, and it's play on, playing the ball on the 20.
Marek Wildy had to reach forward and regather the ball there. The referee looked to both touch judges. Play on is the call, so a bit of sloppiness from the Bulls. Kirk will get to his feet on the 2nd tackle, 15 metres out from the Leigh line as Minchella can't get past Hyam. Hyam wraps him up. 5 metres away now, the Bulls. 2 tackles remaining. Hallis to Crossley. Who can stop Steve Crossley? He offloads the ball to Minchella. Minchella's over the line. Elliot Minchella, has he got the ball down? It's looking like Brooks and Adamson have turned him over on his back, and the referee says Minchella has not grounded the ball. He's held up, and we're going to go back to the 10, but the pressure continues here. Bradford 4, Leigh 6. 13 and a half minutes gone. Mills kicks ahead for Staunton. Matty Staunton latches onto the ball, and the Bulls, it's the young homegrown heroes. Mills peppers it past Greg McNally, and Matty Staunton will touch down for his first try of the season. Unbelievable stuff here at Odsell. The Bulls lead 8 points to 6.
Well, that was set up beautifully by Steve Crossley in the play before where Minchella was held up. Crossley's going to the line. He's had the first collision, but he's spinning and getting some second phase ball. Minchella collected that and nearly went over. He was held up. They've come back to play the ball to the right of the sticks, and a very simple play there from Staunton as he's gone directly. Staunton, but Milne in the inside of him. Gone directly. Staunton's made a lovely run off his outside shoulder. A lovely executed kick there. Beautiful. Set up nicely for Staunton. And again, the young halfback will be most pleased with that, getting a result on the end. It must be said, all the points in this game so far, Mick, have come on the back of either an error or a repeat set from penalties. The first two, both the Centurions try and the Bulls try, on the back of a piggyback penalty, and that one coming on the back of the error from Centurion that was forced, to be fair, by the Bradford Bulls defence. Minchella lining up the kick.
The Pulse 2 quick predictor. 89% for Elliot Minchella, just to the left-hand side of the posts. And wow, perhaps this could be one of John Keir's biggest team calls. Milnes back out there and garnering points. Minchella from in front. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. It is Bradford Bulls 10, Leigh Centurions 6. So despite conceding that opening try to Sam Brooks after the Bulls showed a bit of ill discipline and conceding that first penalty, oh boy, they've been disciplined and robust in both defence and attack, and they now lead 10 points to 6. Jake Webster, Matty Staunton, the try scorers. Minchella won from 2, and with 15 minutes gone, I'm wondering if this game's ever going to settle down and allow us to get our breaths back. Sam Hallis, second tackle gone, tried to attack the marker defence there of Brooks and Adamson. Referee not interested, and now it'll go to Connor Farrell. Connor Farrell makes 15 metres, carries Bradford up to their own 45 metre mark, and Bradford have given the penalty away because Connor Farrell has been adjudged to have moved forward and he's not played the ball. And Matty Wildy just having a word with referee Tom Grant there, and he's going to penalise him for moving off the mark. Very rare you actually see the referee uphold that rule from the RFL law book, but it's immediately put the Bulls under pressure. It's going to be tapped by Higginson. Higginson is brought down on tackle number 1, 18 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line, and Higginson gets to his feet, the former Wigan man, and it goes once again from Hyam to Douglas. Douglas is brought down under heavy attention from Crossley and Kirk. Hyam out of dummy half, goes towards the left edge with Richardson. Richardson to Adamson again, and he's going to be held up on tackle number 4 as the Bulls defending on their own try line. Leigh 5 metres out from that Bradford line as once again Luke Douglas has a tilt, and Douglas is going to be wrapped up by Kirk and Crossley again. Hyam, flat looking pass there to the second row forward for Leigh. The officials have missed it. Sam Brooks on the last tackle now, and the referee's going to stop the clock because Sam Brooks has been a head collision there, and I'm not sure who it is. It's looking like Steve Crossley is down, and Steve Crossley looking like he's going to face the concussion, and it's not Steve Crossley, Damien, but the referee has stopped the clock. Leigh on the last tackle, 2 metres out from the Bradford line, and it's Liam Kirk who's down. Well, I'm going to stop guessing here, Damien, because Liam Kirk is in that defensive line, but we're soon going to find out. It's not Matty Staunton. It's Sam Hallis. Took a while to actually realise who it was, but if the witness PA announcer can get James Green and Sam Hallis wrong, then so can we, me and you at the back of the main stand. But Hallis is going to have to go off the field for the head concussion test. So the Bulls doctor, he's not happy that Hallis continue. So on will come George Flanagan. This won't count as an interchange because Hallis will play no further part for the next 10-15 minutes. He will have to go for the head concussion test. Last tackle here. Play will resume. Brooks will play the ball 2 metres out. It goes to Hyam. Hyam on this right-hand edge to Brooks, to Woods. Woods kicks through to Bentley. Bentley was trapped, but Bradford are going to be forced into a repeat set here because they're trapped dead in goal. Ethan Ryan on this right-hand edge, and now Ethan Ryan has gone down with what looks to be a bit of an arm injury, and Ethan Ryan gets up a little bit groggily. It's looking like he's going to run it off. On will come the Bulls physio again, Matt Duke. So he's going to run round, and hopefully Ethan Ryan's okay. Last thing the Bulls want is Ethan Ryan going off with Hallis off the field. But the referee just going to blow time back on here. And Ethan Ryan is saying it's good to continue. And Rowan Milnes from that repeat set will send the ball up to the halfway line before it's returned by Luke Adamson. So Leigh now applying some pressure here. The 30 metres out from that Bradford line, just to the left of centre field, as once again Luke Douglas, industrious, formidable, going through a mountain of work in this first half, as Hyam finds Josh Woods. Back again to Douglas. Douglas brought down by Ethan Ryan, 10 metres out from that Bradford line in a centre field position. Richardson misses out Bentley, floats it out wide. Defogging Johnson has moved forward, and that's created the opening for Johnny Pownall in at the corner. And the Leigh Centurions have hit back at the Bradford Bulls. We're locked up at 10 points apiece on Pulse 2 this afternoon. Brooks and Pownall with the tries for Leigh. It's Webster and Staunton for the Bulls. Richardson's got a kick on this main stand side to give Leigh the lead. 18 minutes gone.
Disappointing that actually from the Bulls defensively on the left side. They had all the numbers in defence there and marked up nicely. Leigh Centurions actually probably weren't best served to go to the right there. As I said, the Bulls were well numbered up, and that's a poor error from Fogan Johnson, I've got to say. Rushing his line, he didn't need to. He was well covered on the inside. Probably one he'd like back if he had his time again, allowing Pownall to get on the outside of him. But still, they've had to go around them, Leigh Centurions. There's some good ruck play there from the Centurions in getting Luke Douglas nearly breaking the line there and going forwards. They look more dangerous, to be fair, up the middle than they do on the fringes. But that tries come out by the edge. Just as I said, probably a poor read there from Fogan Johnson. Seeing Sam Hallis go off, it's not going to be the end of the world there, Mick, to be fair. And if there's anyone that you need to go off for a concussion, it's your 9, your hooker. There would have been due an interchange there at some stage towards the end of the half for George Flanagan to come on and take over the hooking role from Hallis. So in that in mind, it's actually a free interchange there for John Keir, which might pay. This is a frenetic pace game. Having that extra interchange up your back, one less hooker interchange towards the end of the game up your sleeve is pretty important. That we might see that come back to benefit. As Leigh Centurions now lining up the kick right on the touchline in front of the main stand.
Pulse 2 kick predictor says 14% chance from Danny Richardson, and that one has caught the wind, and that one will blow under the red, amber and black dot. Tremendous accuracy there from Danny Richardson, just didn't apply enough power. So we're locked up. Bradford Bulls 10, Leigh Centurions 10, 20 minutes gone on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. Don't forget to keep using the Bulls Live hashtag on Twitter, and also Bradford Bulls Live on Facebook. And if you want to tweet anything to me and Damien, you can get us at Damien Irvine, and of course the game caller on social media. Bradford have forced an error on the restart because Leigh have coughed the ball up, and it was Jack Higginson. And Bradford have the ball with Minchella now in a centre field position, 25 metres out. So that's a fourth error from John Duffy's Leigh Centurions side in the opening 21 minutes. Perhaps a little bit of cause for concern because they've let the pressure off, and here come the Bulls. Flanagan, bit of kidology there, went one way, goes the other, fires it to Wildy. Wildy's coughed the ball up on that left-hand edge as Ian Thornley came in, and that'll be the zero tackle. Leigh Centurions back in possession as Bradford come up with their second error of the afternoon. Well, as we mentioned in the pre-match build-up here, John Keir saying a lot of desire and character was shown against Widnes, down 12-0 and 25-14. The players' efforts gave them a great chance, and I think it's safe to say, with 22 minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium and 10 points of have carried that momentum into this game, and they're now going to have to defend a full set of 6 inside their own half, because the referee has evened the penalty count up at 2 penalties apiece for hands-on in the ruck. George Flanagan penalised there. So Josh Woods, on loan from Wigan, will find touch 15 metres forward and 35 out, and they're going to quickly tap it with Hyam to Brooks. Brooks is brought down 2 metres out. Hyam in front of the post with the dummy. Back it goes to Brooks. Brooks is over the line. Has he a second try for Leigh? No, he hasn't. He's held up. Good scrambling goal line defence there from the Bradford Bulls. And the referee is now going to stop the clock, because it looks like Conor Farrell just taking a little bit of a knock there, but he's okay. Time back on. Josh Woods comes up with the error. The referee was about to put whistle to lips. That looked to come off Josh Woods' right arm, but the referee says play on. Bentley out of dummy half to Richardson. Richardson skirts around that Bulls defence. Leigh looking for a try here, but the pass has gone to ground there from Toby Adamson, and that is going to be head and feet to the Bradford Bulls at the scrum, is it? The referee stops the clock, looks towards the touch judge. Tom Grant's going to pack the scrum down here. Is this going to the Bulls? No, it's gone to Leigh, and that is a 50-50 call. It's gone against the Bulls. It looked like Toby Adamson had coughed the ball up there under pressure from Conor Farrell and Ross Oakes on that left-hand edge. And here we go. More pressure for the Leigh Centurions to put on the Bradford Bulls. And I'm just looking at Richardson here in the pocket. He's looking like he's got a pre-planned move with Bentley outside him. Here we go. Richardson misses out Bentley. It goes once again towards Fawnley. Fawnley to Pownall. Ball's gone loose in the tackle after Webster and Foggin Johnston came in and wrapped up the former Wigan man. So Fawnley, he'll get to his feet, and it's McNally in at dummy half. To Richardson, to Woods. Woods brought down there by Farrell and Wildy. 4th tackle gone here for Leigh. 5 metres out from the Bradford line. It's going to go to Brooks, to Douglas, to Richardson, and McNally's got the jitters, and McNally's come up with the error. 10 metres out from the Bradford line, and now McNally has flopped on Webster, and it's a 3rd penalty of the afternoon to the Bulls, deep inside their own half. And that is a bit of a coach killer for Leigh coach John Duffy, because they've held down in the tackle, Leigh, there, and they've seen the Bulls advance an extra 30 metres forward, and it's going to be Mary Staunton on tackle number 1. But I tell you something, Richardson and Woods causing the Bulls a lot of problems here at Odsal this afternoon, and Leigh certainly in with a huge chance of their first win at Odsal since 1994. Rowan Milnes has ball at hand. He's brought down there by Liam Hood, who's just come on the field for the Centurions. Flanagan on the halfway line, centre field, finds Crossley. Crossley's brought down on tackle number 4. A tackle remaining here for the Bradford Bulls. 25 minutes gone on pulse 2. Bulls 10, Centurions 10. Wildy kicks early in the count, looking to pin McDally down, and that has just hit the corner post flag, and that means dead in goal, and it will be a 7 tackle set for the Centurions, and it will go from McNally to Pownall, and that's the 0 tackle. Leigh have the ball 25 metres shy of halfway.
Yeah, the Bulls looking very good in attack there on the right side in Wildy in terms of the kicking game on the 5th tackle, Mick. They're going that side more. The 2 times down in the attacking sector they've had there on the right side where Wildy has been the ball player haven't come off so well. It's created 2 errors. I'd prefer to see them come down this left side with Milne throwing that hit ball, as we saw the points come from him with a great pass through Webster. So a penalty just on halfway here for a bit of a lift in the tackle now. Centurions will take the penalty. Kicking for touch now, 45 out.
Leigh awarded their third penalty of the afternoon. Danny Richardson making no mistake. So they're going to have a full set of 6, 30 metres out from the Bradford line, and quickly offload out the tackle from Liam Hood on tackle number 1 to Jack Higginson, and Higginson's going to be brought down just outside the Bradford 20-metre line. That's tackle number 1. It goes to Woods, to Emmett. Emmett on his return to the Leigh Centurions, looking to win the supporters, he's said, after his move to Australia and then back to Toronto. Douglas on the second tackle. Leigh 10 metres out from the Bradford line. Richardson, short pass. Can Adamson get the ball down? The try will not count. Toby Adamson's got the ball down, but it's a forward pass, and referee Tom Grant, to loud cheers from the Bradford faithful, will pack the scrum in favour of the Bulls. 10 metres out from the Bradford line. We've had 26 minutes gone on this one. Early try from Sam Brooks, counselled out by Jake Webster and Mary Staunton. Back have come the Centurions with Pownall in the corner, and we're locked up at 10 points apiece. So from that scrum, 10 metres out from their own try line, it'll be Webster on tackle number 1 for John Keir's side. As we said, if the Bulls pick up win number 4 of the season this afternoon, they'll be at 50% and they'll be on 8 points, the same as today's visitors Leigh. James Green and Mikey Wood out on a double interchange from head coach John Keir, and Reece Evans wins the penalty to the Bradford Bulls here because Leigh have strayed inside the 10, and there's a bit of a schmozzling back play between James Bentley and Jake Webster, and the referee and the touch judge is getting involved here now, and a bit of youthful exuberance from young James Bentley, 22 years of age, and we'll never forget that amazing breakthrough season James Bentley had here at Odsal under Jeff Tuve, 28 appearances and 18 tries, and James Bentley, one of the players on loan from St Helens, along with Luke Douglas and Dan Richardson. So Bradford, 12 minutes to go to half-time on Pulse 2. They've got a full set of 6, 30 metres out from that Leigh line as it goes from Flanagan to Green. Green's brought down on his first carry of the afternoon by Emmett and Bentley. He's been pushed back. Minchella, Wildy, Farrell, 10 metres in from the far stand side. Oakes in at dummy half to Wildy. Wildy to Milnes. Milnes with that delayed flick on pass finds the support of Green on this left hand edge. It now goes to Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan finds the support of Wildy on the right edge, and now Wildy's going to be brought down by Liam Hood in a crucial tackle just as Bradford were giving it the va-va-voom. Here goes Flanagan out of dummy half. It goes to Minchella on that right hand edge. No look catch pass there from Oakes. Oakes is going to be brought down by Higginson and Thornley, and Bradford exploiting the edges here. Last tackle for the Bulls. They're going on the power play. Reece Evans, inside support from Farrell. Farrell's run exhausted, a metre out from that Leigh line. Wow, so near for the Bulls, but great defence from the Leigh Centurions. They read that play up like a manual, and it remains 10 points apiece, 11 out from half-time.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with going the short side on the 5th tackle there. Playing the ball, forced to play the ball for the Leigh Centurions coming off their own 5-metre line. Big set in defence this. The Bulls are going to really need to don't risk any penalties here and keep them pinned down. Make the Leigh Centurions get a pressure kick away to try and get some yardage. But very strong set in attack that down the right side, driven around the field by Wildy there.
Well, the game has settled down in the last 10 minutes. All the points coming in the opening 18 minutes here at Odsal Stadium. Ladies score, it's Halifax 6, Toronto Wolfpack 16, and Rochdale 4, Widnes 20, and Sheffield lead York 4 points to 0 at Bootham Crescent. Leigh Centurions on the Bradford 40-metre line as Bentley's flick on pass finds Pownall. Pownall's away on this main stand side. He goes past Staunton, goes past Foggy Johnson, goes past Webster. He's still going. It's Johnny Pownall. Pownall towards the line. He's brought down by Green and Wood on the last tackle. 10 metres out, and Leigh win a penalty in front of the posts. And John Duffy says, take the 2 points on offer from the far stand touchline. It's tight and tense here. We'll ask Damien Irvine the merits of that penalty decision. I've no real complaints, Damien, because when Johnny Pownall's had that electrifying run and he's showing that enthusiasm to get a quick play of the ball in, and you've still got Bradford players all over him, 9 times out of 10, you're going to concede the penalty.
Look, it's frustrating more than anything, that one, because you're right. He certainly deserved to dominate the tackle. He did well, the winger, to come in through the midfield, and it was a desperation tackle, just holding down a little bit too long. It's frustrating because it was at the back end of the set. It was on the 5th tackle. The big concern here for the Bulls is just in the last 10 minutes, Mick, and I think this settler with Leigh going for the kick will suit them. They just need to settle it down a little bit defensively in the ruck. There's been some worrying signs about Leigh opening up the Bulls through the middle channel. Luke Douglas has made 2 or 3 big busts through the middle and the inside ball. That break came through the inside as well, just moving it around the ruck. We're committing a lot of players into tackles, the Bulls, 3 and 4 at a time, but that's also leaving susceptible on the fringes to the offload and the second phase ball, of which Leigh Centurions are getting a little bit of that second phase away and giving the hookers and the fullbacks just a little bit of room up the middle. It's something we just need to plug up a little bit as a Bulls team.
Danny Richardson, 20 metres out, centre field position, 2 from 3 attempts, and Leigh Centurions lead here at Odsal Stadium by 12 points to 10. As we said, Leigh's previous visits to Odsal have ended in a share of the spoils, 36 points apiece in 2015. In 2016, it was 32 points apiece. Leigh led the Bulls, incidentally, 32-6 with 22 minutes remaining in 2016. That was quite a remarkable comeback from the Bulls, but Leigh, well worth their 2-point lead here. We've had 32 minutes gone on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2, and it is Bradford 10, Leigh 12, and Leigh just moving the ball out from their own 20-metre line. Just a conservative set of 6 after the restart. Hallis back out there on the field. Here goes Liam Hood attacking the Bulls markers. Perhaps it's not going to be a conservative set as they once again fling the ball from centre field laterally out on that left-hand edge, and Sam Brooks will play the ball. 30 metres out now from that Bradford try line. It goes to Douglas. Douglas once again looking for support. Wrapped up. Last tackle by Green and Oakes. Kick comes from Woods. Woods looking to put Ryan under pressure. Ryan takes it under pressure there from James Bentley and Toby Adamson. And now the Bulls have got a bit of work to do from deep inside their own half, but great awareness there from Ethan Ryan. He was tracking the ball with his eyes, and he knew that Bentley and Adamson were the Leigh welcoming committee as soon as his feet had hit the turf. And Bradford on their own 20-metre line. 3rd tackle gone, doing it tough now. Hallis to Wildy to Farrell. Farrell can't get past Higginson on that right-hand edge, and that's tackle number 4 gone. Here goes Mikey Wood. That's the last tackle for the Bulls. Leigh have restricted the Bulls to just 30 metres here at Odsal Stadium. Last tackle, centre field to Wildy, just outside his own 35-metre mark. He's got 60 metres on the kick. It's gone straight down the front of Johnny Pownall, and Pownall has lost his footing on the Odsal surface to cheers from the main stand on the Leigh 30. And it's going to be McNally in there at dummy half. 6.5 minutes remaining here at Odsal. Bradford 10, Leigh 12. As number 10, Sam Brooks, leaves the field and Joe Cater comes on. A huge, powerful stint from Sam Brooks inside the opening 34 minutes here. Bentley will carry Bradford defence inside the Bradford 40. It was Green and Wood in that defence, and that's the last tackle now for Leigh. From Emmett to Richardson. Richardson to Johnston. Ethan Ryan was tracking that one, but let the former Hunslet and Doncaster man take the tackle. And Fogging Johnston's going to be brought down there by Douglas and Bentley just inside his own 20-metre line. And Milnes goes in at dummy half on tackle number 2. And Ross Oakes is turned over in the tackle. Oakes, incidentally, 2 tries so far this season and certainly enjoying life under John Keir in the Championship. It goes from Hallis to Evans. Evans wrapped up there by Higginson and Adamson on that right-hand edge. Just shy of halfway now, the Bulls. Goes to James Green. Green's brought down on the last tackle. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Milnes towards Hallis. Hallis to Wildy. Wildy's going to put a perfect kick in a touch, is it? No, it's caught the wind. It's gone out on the full. So a 4th error of the afternoon for John Keir's Bradford Bulls, and that will see Leigh play the ball on the halfway line, and a crucial set of 6 coming up here, Damien.
Very crucial, and I can tell you the last 10 or 15 minutes, Leigh Centurions are winning the ruck here, Mick. The balls are far quicker from them. That break that came last time was from a very good Luke Douglas play the ball, and Hood getting on the back of that, making a 40-metre bust. They're playing the ball, and they're holding down the Bulls in defence a lot better at the moment. It's just giving them a little bit more momentum up through the middle, and I expect Leigh to continue up through that centre channel here. Half-time can come quick enough here for the Bulls now. I think they need to get back into the sheds and just rearrange that ruck area. They're getting sucked in a little bit, putting too many numbers in the tackles, and as I say, we're susceptible there, the Bulls, to that quick play the ball and the offloads around the hip and off the ruck from the second phase. Leigh Centurions playing it now, 22 out.
Toby Adamson, quick play the ball, hold in there at dummy half, and Leigh Centurions charging towards the Bradford line here. Cater has the ball, back to Hood. Hood past Minchella, inside the 10. Emmett wrapped up there on the fifth and last tackle for the Leigh Centurions. 5 metres out, 5 metres to the right-hand side of the post. It goes back to Richardson. Richardson drops the shoulder to Woods, to McNally. Out wide to go to Marsh. Marsh, can he reach out and score? No, he can't. He's held up on top of the Bradford line. Great defence there from the Bradford Bulls. They had to be alert and ready, and the scoreboard reads Bradford 10, Leigh 12 on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon. Mick Gledell, Damien Irving, your call team. Damien fancied the Bulls, 18 points to 12. That could still happen. This one's now descending into a tight game, very chess-like. And Bradford, this will give them a huge piggyback up the field. Leigh penalised for the flop there. Jake Emmett penalised by referee Tom Grant. And Bradford awarded their 5th penalty in the first half with 2.5 minutes remaining. So once again, Leigh, after doing a mountain of good work, they've let themselves down and the pressure off, because Bradford, they've got a full set of 6. And on tackle number 1, it'll be Connor Farrell, 40 metres out from the Leigh line. It goes to Green. Green tries to skirt past Cater and Hood. Can't. Wrapped up, 35 metres out. Second tackle gone. Hallis into the arms of Wildy. Wildy to Milnes. Milnes to Ryan. Ryan can't beat Higginson on this left edge, and that's the third tackle gone. Bradford still 30 metres out from that Leigh try line as Bradford appeal for a penalty in front of the posts. And it's Mikey Wood who's brought down. He'll get a quick play the ball in. Milnes kicks ahead early for Foggin Johnston. Foggin Johnston putting pressure on Pownall. Pownall just gets there and forces the goal line drop out. And with 2 minutes remaining on the clock, the Bulls' first goal line drop out of the afternoon, and a crucial repeat set of 6 coming up here.
The game had gone away from young Rowan Milne a little bit there over the last 10 minutes. Mick had been going to the right along a lot of the times, the Bulls. I was looking for him to get a little bit more involved, and that said he has done in the final play. He went through his hands twice in the lead up there on tackles 2 and 3, and then the left has come down to him on the final. A lovely executed little grubber kick on his left boot there, which has forced a repeat set. Excellent play from the halfback, and there's the Bulls now just picking the ball up is Reece Evans coming back on 45 metres out, playing the ball.
The Welsh international will play the ball 30 metres out from that Leigh try line. 90 seconds remaining here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 as James Green on the second tackle, 20 metres out in front of the post. Quick play the ball as it goes from Hallis. Hallis to Minchella. Minchella to Oakes. Oakes is going to be brought down 10 metres out on that right-hand edge. 5 metres in from the far stand side. We've now got 70 seconds remaining in a gripping, thrilling first half here at Odsall as it goes from Wildy to Green. Green with a leg. Get past. And Emmett, 4th tackle gone. Bradford 8 metres out in front of the post, and James Green has been held down in the tackle by Jacob Emmett, and the referee will say Bradford will have a shot at goal with 50 seconds remaining from right slap bang in front. The Pulse 2 kick predictor is saying 94%, and Damien, can you begrudge a draw at half-time?
No, I think it's a good result, and I think it's fair. Certainly the Bulls probably had the better of the first 25 minutes, but Leigh Centurions have really come back strongly there, and I think it is a tight game. I'm not sure about the choice there of taking 2 minutes. I understand why it's been done, but, meaningful sets, attacking the line with full sets of 6 in front of you are hard to come by in games like this. I might have preferred to see the Bulls have a crack there and try and put 6 points over at the end of the half. Some tired forwards out there, and a full set attacking from the 10 metres might have been something I'd like to have seen. But having said that, 12-12 going into the sheds. I think John Keir and the team would be very, very happy with that.
The hoot has just sounded. Elliot Minchella then to lock this one up. It will be Bradford Bulls 12, Leigh Centurions 12 at half-time. Jake Webster and Matty Storden with the tries from the Bulls. Minchella, one successful conversion and a penalty, and it's the same for the Leigh Centurions. Sam Brooks and Johnny Pownall with the 4-pointers for John Duffy's side. Richardson 1 from 2 on the conversions, and he added an extra 2.
Ryan, what a sensational try here for the Bradford Bulls. Odsal erupts. Justice.
Welcome back to Odsal Stadium. Both sides coming out of the dressing rooms. It's half-time here. It is Bradford Bulls 12, Leigh Centurions 12. Elsewhere in the Betfred Championship, it is Barrow 18, Swinton Lions 12, Featherstone Rovers 10, Dewsbury Rams 14, Halifax 6, Toronto Wolfpack 22, Rochdale 4, Widnes Vikings 28. So they're going to be on 0 points at the end of today, and it is the York City Knights 6, Sheffield Eagles 4 in another close, tight contest from the Betfred Championship. So 40 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium for Bradford and Leigh to pick up a valuable 2 points in their quest for finishing inside the top 5 at season end.
We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties at the ground. We're doing all we can to get you back into the game.
Mills floats it out wide towards Ryan. Inside support to Ross Oakes. And Ross Oakes, on his first start in 2019, has the opening score here at Olympic Legacy Park. 12 minutes on the clock. Sheffield Eagles 0. The Bradford Bulls 4. Bulls will go. That was zip, zip, boom. It's Ethan Ryan who touches down, and here come the Bradford Bulls, back-to-back tries.
We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties at the ground. We're doing all we can to get you back into the game.
They're out to Chisholm. Chisholm to Ryan. Ethan Ryan's in at the corner. That's acrobatic swan dive. He's done it again. Ethan Ryan. What a sensational try here for the Bradford Bulls. Odsal erupts. Justice for the red, amber and black. It's 4 points to 12. It's going to go to Chisholm on this left-hand edge towards Lily, and Ethan Ryan's in at the corner. It's another try from Ethan Ryan, and the gap has gone from 12 to 8. It's now only 4. It's 8 points to 12. As Bradford suck that defence in, Webster's away. Here goes Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan. Pass on the inside. He returns the favour. And Brandon Pickersgill has the try that will lock the scores up. It's 12 points apiece. That was pure theatre from the Bradford Bulls.
We are currently experiencing some technical difficulties at the ground. We're doing all we can to get you back into the game.
Wildy to Oakes.
Well, welcome back here to Odsal Stadium, where it is still Bradford Bulls 12, Leigh Centurions 12. Apologies for the technical difficulties. The connection just gone down, but bear with us, and we're hopefully back now for the remainder of the game. We've had a minute and a half gone, and Leigh, after being awarded their 6th penalty of the afternoon, went downfield and lost the ball on tackle number 2. So another error from Leigh after Bradford's ill discipline. And Bradford have now been awarded their 6th penalty of the afternoon, because Leigh, once again, not for the first time, have been laying on in the tackle. So it's Bradford 12, Leigh 12 on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. And Rowan Milnes is going to find touch over on the far stand side. 25 metres out from the Leigh line. The sun shining down here on us at Odsal Stadium. And the referee is just going to stop the clock here and speak to the touch judge, because something's happened after that penalty kick. And referee Tom Grant he's going to the back pocket here. Someone has said something to the referee after that penalty, and it is Johnny Pownall. So Johnny Pownall said to the sin bin, they're questioning the referee's decision, and it is going to be a further penalty to the Bradford Bulls. 20 metres out from the Leigh line. John Keir is not interested. He doesn't want to go for the 2 points, so he's going to suggest just keep the pressure on and go with the roll on. And it's going to be Bradford now. 10 metres out from the Leigh line. Hallis out of dummy half. It's going to go to Mikey Wood. Wood's going to take it in towards the Leigh Centurions post in a centre field position. Hallis to Wildy to Farrell. Farrell brought down by Toby Adamson and Josh Woods. Farrell's brought down 5 metres out. Back across the face of the post. Wildy to Milnes. Milnes brought down. 18 metres out now, Bradford. A tackle remaining. This will be the 4th as it goes down the middle with Green. 5th and last tackle. Bradford still 10 metres out from this Leigh try line as it goes from Hallis to Mikey Wood. And the Bulls have made a butcher's dog of it because a flat pass out of dummy half from Hallis to Wood has gone forward and the chance has gone begging Damien. Bradford 12, Leigh 12.
Yeah, not a bad settling set that now. There's a bit of an awkward play the ball there from Centurions. They're under the pump here. Big set in defence here for the Bulls coming. No changes at half time, and they're looking very solid here, the Bulls, early on.
So Leigh Centurions just going to move the ball out from that 10-metre scrum, out from their own try line as Ian Formley tries to win a penalty. Leigh Centurions, of course, down to 12 men for the next 7.5 minutes. Johnny Pownall sent to the sin bin for showing dissent towards the touchers on the far-stand side. Here goes Stephen March. Can't get past Jake Webster, and Webster will wrap him up on the halfway line. Back it comes with Richardson. Richardson to Woods. And Woods' pass has been picked up here by Reece Evans. Evans to Wildy. Wildy's away down this main stand side. And Wildy's brought down 10 metres out from the Leigh Centurions try line. It was a try-saving tackle there from Toby Adamson. And the Bulls now can smell blood. They've got a full set of blood. They've got a full set of 6. Literally 5 metres out from that Leigh try line. Hallis is appealing for a penalty at dummy half. It's all on. Here we go. The bits arrived at Upsall. There's pushing and shoving. The touch judge's race on. And it's all flared up, Damien.
Very lucky if they don't get another yellow card here, Leigh Centurions. That was a professional foul, holding down long in the run. He was warned off, then held down again. And as they come up, the 3rd and 4th man rushing in there from Leigh Centurions into the conflict. Very interested to see what the referee does here. I think a word of warning just to settle up might be the right way to go.
Well, referee Tom Grant now losing patience with the Leigh Centurions. Toby Adamson is on a warning, and it is another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. Here we go. It's going to go from Hallis to Green. Green is going to be brought down. 5 metres out now on that left-hand edge. Bradford looking for more points. 12 points apiece. Something's flaring up as well on that left-hand edge. And here we go. It's another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. The crowd beseeching the referee. And this one's really warming up here now, like the Leigh Bradford games of yesteryear. Tapped by Webster. Keir still says don't go for 2 points. Keep the pressure on. Leigh is still down to 12 with Pownall in the bin. It's going to go to Milnes on the left-hand edge. It goes now towards Staunton. Staunton caught in the tailspin, twisted and turning. Wrapped up 5 metres out. Quick play the ball. Back it's going to come in centre field towards Milnes. Milnes now to Green. Green's brought down 5 metres out. Can this Leigh resilience in defence break? Hallis to Michella, to Wildy, to Milnes, to Oakes. Oakes is brought down in a try-saving tackle by Formley. That's the 4th tackle gone here. Leigh have had to withheld and withstand 4 repeat sets of 6 from the Bradford Bulls. And this is now the 5th and last. Hallis 10 metres out. It goes to Wildy. Wildy to Farrell. Farrell's wrapped up on the power play. He's kept the ball alive. Centre field to Hallis. Hallis over the head of Wildy. Wildy's still going. It's to Milnes. Milnes to Staunton. Back to Milnes. To Webster. Webster. Johnston. Fucking Johnston! Johnston's in at the corner, is it? Has he got it down? The referee will have a long, hard look. Here comes the decision. Johnston is held up millimetres shy of the Leigh Centurions try line. Exhilarating attack from the Bulls. Workman-like defence from Leigh, and I tell you what, Damien, Leigh are here, they're hungry, and I don't know what was better, Damien, the attack or that defence from the Leigh Centurions, and Leigh Centurions now on tackle number 1 and hold up.
Well, the Bulls are absolutely attacking both the bowling and defensively here. Absolutely superb. That was a beautiful set of attack. They had them under the cosh. They certainly did. Leigh Centurions are under the pump. But some desperation defence, and also, to be fair, holding down in the ruck, which led to the 2 penalties because they were on the back foot so much. Then it came on the 5th tackle play, a little short type play that came to nothing. But second phase, third phase ball being represented. Everybody, Wildy was outstanding, Ethan Ryan involved, went out to young Mill, who handled twice, beautiful run around the plate, a flick pass, they went wide through Webster, down to Foggy Johnson's wing, very, very unlucky not to be one of the tries of the year there, but he was held up. That's caused a little flare up now as on the far side of the far corner. Everyone running in, the feelings are very high there, and if I'm right, I think Centurions are trying to slow this down a little bit now. They've been under the pump. That's the 5th set in a row that they've had to endure. They were really struggling there, and now I think we're seeing another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. Let's see what happens here. Oh, sorry, it's a touch dropout. They're going to get another replay set on the line of the Centurions. Very, very interesting set this, but the Bulls are going to start to need points here. They've dominated possession. They've been camped on the Centurions line. It's time now for points.
Well, referee Tom Grant and the touch judges, they're just having a conference call, and the referee, well, is he going to the back pocket again? He is. Here we go. Leigh Centurions down to 11 men here at Odsal Stadium, and it is the interchange hooker Liam Hood who has gone, and that is for a small part in a fracas with one of the Bradford Bulls players, and that was Jake Webster, and now Jake Webster is going for 10 in the bin as well. So it is 12 against 11, and the referee's decision will be penalty to the Bradford Bulls. They now lead the penalty count by 9 penalties to 5. So the goal line dropout will not take place. Greg McNally having a word with referee Tom Grant. All bedlam has been let loose here at Odsal, and I'm not quite sure what sparked that fracas up, but the crowd animated. Bradford once again, they're not going for 2 points, they're going for 4, potentially 6. Minchella on tackle number 1 to Hallis, to Mikey Wood, to Wildy. Wildy through a gap, can't get past Toby Adamson. Adamson's brought down as it goes now with Hallis. Hallis out of dummy half, the show and the go, and Hallis is brought down on top of that Leigh try line, and it's going to be Wildy out of dummy half looking for options. Wildy now to Green. Green's going to be brought down, and Green's brought down 5 metres out in front of the Leigh line. Can this Leigh result break? Potentially. Mills out to Johnston. Johnston's been caught high. Here we go. The referee will say that one is on the last tackle, and Johnston's been cleaned out on that far stand side. Johnston finally gets to his feet, and the Bulls are in, out of dummy half, and it's Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan played the percentages, played the space, very little room for manoeuvre on the last tackle. He scooped the ball up out of dummy half, and there was nobody at home on the narrow stand side for the Leigh Centurions.
Well, we've seen some magic on that left wing from Ethan Ryan over the years, Mick, but we haven't seen him quite score in that fashion before. Really smart rugby league. Everybody was looking for the big spread play from dummy half from Foggy Johnson as he was tackled in that corner, but Ryan's looked up, poker face, and gone the short side, snuck it in the corner there, and deserved 4 points there. I must say, I can't see Jake Webster needing to spend time on the yellow card there, I have to say. It was the Bulls' kick out, drop out, they'd forced that error. Leigh Centurions didn't like that, and they've rushed in and caused a bit of a fracas. Rightly so. Hood's been given a yellow card on the back of that. Why Jake Webster's been given a yellow card, I don't know, but nevertheless, they needed to score points there, the Bulls, and they have done. kick to come now, and they lead 16 points to 12. Right on the sideline here, Minchella is lining up the kick on the 20-metre line.
Pulse 2 kick predictor this afternoon says 18% chance from Elliot Minchella on the far stand side, but Odsal has just come a light here. 16 points to 12 at Odsal Stadium, and Elliot Minchella will attempt this conversion attempt on the far stand side. This one like a heat-seeking missile across the face of the post and wide. And here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon, it is now Bradford Bulls 16, Leigh Centurions 12. And Damien, the Bulls are back in this one, but oh boy, that Leigh defensive line took an almighty battering.
Look, they did, and testament to the defence there that they've held Bulls out and they've only let in the 4 points there. I think Bradford Bulls, for all the possession they've had here and all the dominance in field position, to be leading by 4 points, it's a good result, but they do need to score next as well, I think. A really, really good game of rugby league here, as now the Bulls coming out of their own end through James Green. They're coming out 22 metres out and they're going the short side. Milne just looking a little bit more settled now, the Bulls, after that first frantic 12 minutes of this half. Hallis doing a fine job at dummy half, as Minchella now hits it up, just coming out of the 40-metre line. End of set's going to be so important here. Hallis at dummy half. Wildy now, spreading it wide down through the right-hand side.
Matty Wildy there using the Bradford edges. Last tackle on the restart, and it will be Ross Oakes who gets to his feet and plays the ball. 40 metres out from the Leigh line. It goes to Wildy. Wildy from the halfway line looks to turn around Greg McNally, and Greg McNally will be wrapped up by the Bradford Welcoming Committee on his own 20-metre line. It is still worth noting, it is 11 against 12, but Johnny Pownall will be coming back on in the next minute or so because he's over on the far stand touchline, just getting the nod from the fourth official. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon at Bradford Bulls 16, Leigh Centurions 12. This one has been a thriller, and every supporter here, their emotions being put through the treadmill because Bradford, somehow they've shown the steel to get back in front. It's going to go to Tom Spencer. Quick play the ball. Leigh are going to run it on the right-hand edge. The 30 metres out from the Bradford line, now inside the Bradford 10, and it's another Leigh Centurions error, and it's picked up there by Elliot Minchella, and Minchella will pick the loose ball up, and he will go to the Bradford 20-metre line. So that, I make, is a 7th error from the Leigh Centurions in this match thus far when they've been inside the Bradford half. Lady scores elsewhere. It is Halifax 6, Toronto 36, York City Knights 6, Sheffield Eagles 10, and it's 20 points apiece up on the Cumbrian Peninsula between Barrow and Swinton. So Bradford, fourth tackle in, 10 metres shy of the halfway line. Matty Wildy looks for a 40-20, but it's just gone over the head of Greg McNally. He'll return the ball on his own 10, gives it to Pownall, who's just come on the field, and Pownall's going to be brought down, 25 out from his own line. We've got 25 minutes remaining. It was 12 points apiece at half-time. Elliot Minchella couldn't convert the try to Ethan Ryan, so it remains 16 points to 12, and Stephen March gets to his feet and he'll play the ball. And here goes Jack Higginson. Higginson makes 30 metres forward and he's brought down, 30 out from the Bradford line in centre field. Catering at dummy half to Bentley, and deja vu for the Leigh Centurions. Pownall touches it down in the corner, but Bentley couldn't hold onto the ball. He's lost it forward, and that will be a scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. And Damien, an 8th error from Leigh inside the Bradford 20. 24 minutes remain. Bulls 16, Centurions 12.
Leigh should have scored twice in the last 5 minutes there, Mick. They've had great line breaks. It's no coincidence that the line breaks have been come in that last 5 to 7 minutes, and they've come twice, and they've come through the edge, and it's exactly where Jake Webster is being missed. He's been defending very tightly through there, not only this week and this half, but certainly for the whole season, and it's just put the defensive edges into a little bit of two minds for the Bulls, and there's been quite an easy stroll through there for Jack Higginson, who's found way too much space down the edge. So the Bulls are bringing it out now off their 40 as Evans is away down the right side.
Ross Oakes pass to Evans. We'll see the Welsh international force Greg McNally into a try-saving tackle. It's now 12 on 12 with Pownall back on the field. Milnes 20 metres out from the Leigh Centurions try line goes to Kirk, and that try from Ethan Ryan, his 6th of the season, and Bradford leading 16 points to 12. Here it goes to Matty Wildy. Wildy to Oakes. Oakes wrapped up 5 metres out. Last tackle, says referee Tom Grant. It goes to Farrell. Farrell wrapped up. It was the power play. I'm not sure if Connor Farrell realised what was going on, but oh boy, Jack Higginson, he went for Connor Farrell, went for the torso, went for the chest, stopped the ball carrying arm, potentially offloading the ball to Reece Evans, who was in and exposed at the corner. And Leigh now, they'll have to turn defence into attack. And Bradford, the field have got the measure of them just outside their own 20-metre line. What can Liam Hood do here? Fires it to Bentley. Bentley, still a bright young thing in the rugby league world. On loan from St Helens, 22 years of age, wrapped up. 15 out from the halfway line on the far stand side. Toby Adamson, back it goes to Spencer. And Greg McNally now in at loose forward in that dummy half roll, as Greg McNally looks to give Leigh a little bit of impetus and a bit of leadership and direction out there. Last tackle for Leigh, 5 metres inside the Bradford half. It's a high hanging kick from Josh Woods. Woods looking to put pressure under Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan takes that 5 out from his own try line, and he's immediately wrapped up there by Jack Higginson. And Ryan will have to get a quick play the ball in, and it'll be Reece Evans for a gain of 10 metres. And Leigh now hungry, looking to force the error from the Bulls, as Liam Kirk and Ross Oakes have multiple carries now, and they're still Bradford 20 metres out from their own try line. And Foggin Johnston caught high there, and it's another penalty to the Bradford Bulls. No complaints on that one, Damien. Leigh really have lost the discipline now. The penalty count 10-6 in favour of John Keir's side. They've had the last 5 penalties of the Bulls.
No complaints on that, but Foggin Johnson has earned 3 or 4 penalties today, coming out of his own end, doing the hard work there for his forwards. Really well deserved that. He's either forcing a high shot or a play the ball penalty. Really good work there from Foggin Johnson. He made that one error early in the game in a misread which led to a try, but he's been exemplary in all other facets, and a really good showing from him.
Bradford will find touch just shy of their own 40-metre line in around 10 minutes' time. I'll ask Damien for 4 players to put on the Bulls live poll for your man of the match. And, well, Leigh are going to be on the team warning here, because they've now conceded a 6th penalty on the bounce. 11-6 the penalty count, and they were offside from the penalty tap. So John Duffy on the touchline looking absolutely furious with the way Leigh and their ill discipline are costing his side cheap field possession. Bradford, they will hunt their 4th try of the afternoon. Minchella to Crossley. Crossley brought down there in a 2-man tackle. Liam Hood, one of the Leigh defenders, to Kirk. Kirk on the 2nd tackle. Good contact and line speed once again from the Leigh Centurions, making the Bulls work incredibly hard for the points this afternoon. Milnes is brought down on the 3rd tackle, 8 metres out from that Leigh Centurions try line. 10 metres to the left-hand side of the post. Flanagan tries to pinch one from acting half, and once again Liam Hood, a defensive force for Leigh Centurions, wrestles him back in the field of play. Back it goes towards Wildy. Wildy in front of the post, wrapped up, 10 metres out, and that will be the last tackle. Goes to Milnes. Milnes, crossfield kick, looking for Foggin Johnston. Johnston has forced Pownall to knock the ball dead, but the referee will say it come off Johnston first and went forward off the Bradford man. And this is a crucial 7-tackle set coming up here for the Leigh Centurions. We've just hit the hour mark here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this afternoon, and it is the Bradford Bulls 16, Leigh Centurions 12.
Yeah, it's just a settling part of this half now, and again though up the ruck, coming over the halfway line of the Centurions, just testing the Bulls in at the A and B defence, really around the fringes as they go again to attack down the Bulls' right fringe, their left Leigh Centurions, and they'll get a good play of the ball here now, 30 metres out. Just need to lock up that ruck area, the Bradford Bulls do. Luke Douglas now hitting it up, and he gets over the 20-metre line, and he's just 18 metres out on the attack.
Luke Douglas on tackle number 4 for the Leigh Centurions. Hood towards, and that is a monster hit there from Jake Webster. The referee will stop the clock. Greg McNally is saying Jake Webster has gone high, and the Leigh player, not sure who it is, Damien, but on will come the Leigh Centurions physio and doctor, and referee Tom Grant is saying it was on the shoulder. And it's Danny Richardson who's just getting up a little bit gingerly. So, Leigh via Richardson. They'll play the ball 15 metres out from the Bradford line in front of the posts. Exactly an hour gone in this game. 20 minutes remain. And the game on a knife edge. Leigh, Richardson, Woods, Adamson. Toby Adamson brought down 2 metres out. Last tackle. Hood from dummy half. He's lost the ball as Liam Hood, and it's picked up there by Matty Wildy. Here goes Matty Wildy. He's got a foot race with McNally. McNally, can he get Wildy? McNally putting everything into the chase back, but Matty Wildy will go the distance. Listen to the noise at Odsel. The roof's just blown off. He's heading down the M606, and the Bulls lead 20 points to 12. An unbelievable try against the runner play from Matty Wildy, and that has come from another error from the Leigh Centurions inside the Bradford half. It was the last tackle. What was Liam Hood doing? He lost the ball. The Leigh defence just stood and watched as Matty Wildy picked it up. And Matty Wildy, he'll remember that try, his 3rd try of the season.
Scrappy end of the set there from Liam Hood and Leigh Centurions right on the Bulls line. An absolutely superb pick up there from Matty Wildy, who has gone the length. He actually had a runaway effort there earlier on in the half with a poor pass he picked up and showed some good leg speed and pace. He's done the same there and did so well to hold off a big chase from McNally, who never gave up on it. But absolutely superb and well-deserved. Wildy has been excellent today. He's really been an excellent 5th tackle option there for the Bulls. He's really been an excellent partner for young Rowan Milne there. Really liking what I'm seeing between the two of them, and so well-deserved from Matty Wildy.
Matty Wildy, who knew he had the foot race on Greg McNally. He went the distance, and Odsel erupts. And as I said, the roof of the main stand, somewhere down by the junction 27 of the M62. Pulse 2 kick predictor says Elliot Minchella has a 15% chance from this main stand side. That one is going to go to the right-hand side of the post. And it is Bradford Bulls 20, Leigh Centurions 12 on Pulse 2 this afternoon. Minchella with a 50% kick record. But tell you something, Damien, oh boy, Bradford have carried that momentum and character and spirit from that performance against Widless into this game this afternoon.
They have. They've got an 8-point lead now, the Bulls here, with 16 left on the clock. Just 17, sorry. And they really have dominated this second half. They've had all the possession. They've been camped down on the Centurions line, and they've repelled the Centurions' attack when they've needed to. So this set coming off their own line, and the next 2 sets in possession, the next 5 minutes, crucial here for the Bulls to capitalise on a well-deserved lead.
Ashley Gibson out there on the field, so John Keir has gone through his full complement of interchanges. Kirk on the second tackle towards Flanagan. Flanagan to Wildy. Wildy juggles with the ball, takes the tackle from Luke Douglas there. 3rd tackle gone on the restart. Here goes Steve Crossley like an express train down the middle. Brought down 10 shy of halfway. Bradford just inside their own half here as Milnes tries to put the kick up. Caught by Webster. Webster back to Flanagan. Flanagan kicks ahead. Tries to win the penalty there. McNally reaches forward, regathers the ball, and I think George Flanagan there, he was trying to con and milk the penalty. The referee certainly, just as head coaches do, done his homework there, and he quickly tells George Flanagan to get up. But Leigh Centurions, 16 minutes remaining to save this game. Bradford 20, Leigh 12 on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. It's going to go to Hood, to Woods. Woods along the line to Richardson, to McNally now. McNally has Bentley outside him. but he can't offload the ball because Rowan Milnes and Ross Oakes wrap him up just outside the Bradford 20. And at long last, the Leigh Centurions win their 7th penalty of the afternoon for laying on in the tackle. Richardson finds touch, and here we go. The pressure cooker's about to be turned on here. How's the nerves? 15 remain. Leigh trail by 8. A full set of 6, 20 metres out from that Bradford line, just to the right of centre field. It's now going to go to Emmett. Emmett brought down there by Webster and Minchella. That's the second tackle gone. Hood's in there at dummy half, goes on that right-hand edge. Crossley tries to regather the loose ball. Crossley's come out of the defensive line. A half break there for half chance for McNally. Here goes towards Liam Hood, and Liam Hood goes surging forward out of dummy half. And Liam Hood goes close for Leigh. Richardson to Woods. Out wide to Marsh. Stephen Marsh is in at the corner, but no, he isn't. He's been dragged into touch there by Ethan Ryan and Reece Evans. What a try-saving tackle from Ryan and Evans. Just when it looked the loop pass from Josh Woods would see Stephen Marsh in at the corner, and the ex-Wigan and Widnes man is being bundled over into touch. Bulls live, Bulls 2, Bulls 20, Centurions 12.
Absolutely fantastic. Cover defence there from Evans, who's had a whale of a game, and Ethan Ryan, who's been exceptional in the fullback role this afternoon. Very good defence and well worked. Centurions are coming up with a lack of answers here and options. Some very solid defence from the Bulls. As the Bulls now carted out 10 metres out, they've gone through Webster down the left flank. Some very special work being done by Minchella, it has to be said. Some quiet work in defence there that's been unnoticed, but a try saver there on the far side when dummy half Hood tried to get over. Really good effort from Minchella.
Bradford 20, Leigh 12. 13 and a half minutes remaining here at Odsal as Flanagan fires it into Kirk. Kirk, though, brought down by Hood and Joe Cater in a two-man tackle. They'll now give the ball some air. Lateral pass from Wildy to Crossley on this right-hand edge, but he's immediately wrapped up by Adamson and Brooks. Sam Brooks racing out that defensive line. Last tackle for Bradford, deep inside their own half. Milnes looks up, tries to split McNally and Pownall. Goes to McNally, back to Pownall on the Leigh Centurions 20-metre line. And Pownall will be brought down 20 metres out from the halfway line. Wins the penalty. Liam Kirk and Jake Webster, the guilty duo for laying on in the tackle. So now the penalty count starts to even itself up. 12 penalties to 8, and Leigh have found touch 15 metres out from that from the Bradford try line. And here we go. James Bentley. Referee just making sure the second ball's off the field. Here we go. James Bentley will tap it. Tenacious go forward there from James Bentley. He's brought down 2 metres out from that Bradford try line. It goes to Hood, to Richardson. Richardson to Woods. Woods fought about the pass to Adamson there, decides to take the tackle. Second tackle gone, 10 metres out, just to the left-hand side of the post. Back it's going to go down the middle with Jacob Emmett. Emmett towards that Bradford try line, and he is rolled over by Kirk and Wood in a two-man tackle. Liam Hood in at dummy half, scoops it up, fires it 20 metres to the right towards Richardson, towards Bentley, and Bentley's lost the ball, and Johnston's away. Foggy Johnston up to the Bradford 30, and now Bradford have the ball again, and it's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls, and Johnny Pownall going in the sin bin again, because Johnny Pownall has said something. Is it? Oh no! That thought the referee was going to the back pocket there, Damien. He's pulling his shorts up.
It looked like he was actually, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if it was a yellow. But what an ankle tap that. Foggen Johnson was away for all uncertain. Desperation there from Centurions to keep them 8 points in it. 20 points to 12 now. The Bulls lead, and that was a crucial try-saving tackle from the Centurions. Great work from Foggen Johnson again.
Bradford then a full set of 6 inside the Leigh half. I do apologise. Tom Grant's right arm was going towards the back pocket, but he was pulling the shorts up. Here come the Bulls. It goes to Wildy, to Farrell. Farrell brought down on the second tackle. We've got 11 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 20, Leigh 12. 2 tries in this second half to Wildy and Ryan. Bradford brought down via Steve Crossley, 25 out from the Leigh line. Now it's going to go to Kirk. Kirk's going to front up, can't get past Cater and Hood. Last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. 10 minutes exactly remaining. It goes to Milnes. Milnes looking to put Pownall and McNally under pressure. McNally catches that one superbly under pressure there from Webster. And he is brought down 10 metres out from his own try line. And now Greg McNally receives a penalty. And George Flanagan has had something to say to referee Tom Grant. And I tell you something, Damien, after half an hour we'd only had 6 penalties. Now we've had 24. And crucially, the Bulls don't want to be giving dissent penalties as Bentley taps it on the halfway line. So, 14 penalties to the Bulls, 10 to Leigh. And Bentley will get up and play the ball. 10 metres inside the half. And this one's not over yet. Leigh, 9.5 minutes to save this game. Richardson. He's lost the ball. It's picked up by Reece Evans. Here goes Reece Evans. He's got a foot race on Stephen Marsh. Reece Evans is going to take the ball home. The Bulls have picked Leigh's pockets again. And that will be the game. 24 points to 12. Underneath the post. The Welsh international will go. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'd thought Leigh would have learnt the lesson after the first time. But Danny Richardson chasing the game. A long loop cut-out pass looking to involve Thornley and Marsh. And Reece Evans has gone 70 metres on the intercept.
Talk about rolling the dice, Mick. Leigh have fancied themselves on this left edge, on their left edge, the Bulls' right edge, to get outside them with a cutout or a loop pass 3 or 4 times this half. They tried it once. They got around and a great tackle from Ethan Ryan and Reece Evans in the corner stopped it. They saw an opening there and they thought we're going to...
Elsewhere in the Betfred Championship, Barrow 20, Swinton 26, Halifax 6, Toronto 46, and the Sheffield Eagles are leading the York City Knights at Bootham Crescent by 24 points to 16. Connor Farrell returns the restart up to the Bradford 30-metre line. Flanagan in it, number half. It now goes to Ashley Gibson, 31 years of age. A lot of experience now on this right-hand edge. And who knew Reece Evans still had it in him to carry that ball home, because just as McNally, a valiant chase back on Matty Wildy, it was Stephen Marsh back on Reece Evans. But a fine game of inches this afternoon here. Let me tell you, if those 2 passes come up and Leigh are in, you could take 12 off Bradford's score and add 12 to Leigh's, and Leigh are firmly in control and in front. But as it is, Bradford the beneficiaries of some sloppy Leigh passing. 26 points to 12 on the last tackle. Milnes drills the ball into touch. McNally calls the Leigh's forwards up to the Leigh 20, and he says, come on boys, we've got to stop the clock and form the scrum. There's still a chance, but you suspect, Damien, if they don't score on this set, it will be a 4th win of the season for the Bradford Bulls. And while there's a stoppage in play at the scrum, we need 4 nominations for the man of the match.
As the scrum's just fed now and Leigh Centurions move it out to the left. Really tough decision. To be fair, there's been some superb performances for the Bulls. I've gone with some players that I think that have been outstanding and really done their job very well. Ethan Ryan at fullback, starting at fullback for the first time this year. He'd have to be one in the mix. I'd also think Steve Crossley, we knew it was going to be in the forwards. He's absolutely led, doing great work, and he's been ably assisted by a number of them there as well. I think in the You have to put Matty Wildy in there as a man of the match option. What a halfback performance from him next to a young player in Rowan Mills, who's also been exemplary. It was a toss-up then for the final position to vote on, but I think I'm going to throw in David Foggen-Johnson. I think for a winger's performance in an unsettled back line, he's been exceptional today as well. So they're the four that we're looking for a vote on, Mick.
There we go. The poll will be going up on the Bradford Bulls Twitter account. So vote for one of the four players there. Leigh still looking for points here. They're up to halfway from that scrum. Luke Adamson on the last tackle. McNally out of dummy half to Woods. Woods kicks ahead. Here we go. Thornley chasing it. Thornley tries to regather, but it's going to be Thornley who wraps down Ethan Ryan 5 metres out away from his own try line. We've got 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this one. It is now Featherstone 22, Dewsbury Rams 32 at Post Office Road, and Barrow 26, Swinton 32. And there's a bit of a humdinger down in the capital. London Broncos 24, Hull FC 28. So 4.5 minutes remaining. Bradford just moving the ball from outside their own 20-metre line, and the story of the half has got to be Leigh forcing the ball, going for broke, and Bradford coming up with those 2 quick-fire intercepts from Matty Wildy and Reece Evans. So Bradford on the last tackle. Wildy sends it straight down the throat to Stephen Marsh. Stephen Marsh now tries to plod his course past the Bulls defenders. Gets a quick play of the ball into Bentley, and Bentley's caught high, and here we go, it's another penalty. No complaints with that one. Connor Farrell just going high on James Bentley, and the referee trying to take a lecture off the great John Holdsworth there, straight in, separating Connor Farrell and Bentley. And Leigh, with 4 minutes remaining, they've got a full set of 6.30 metres out. Playing for pride, one suspects. It's going to be tapped there by Higginson. Higginson to Adamson. Adamson's going to be brought down by Farrell and Kirk. That's tackle number 1 gone for Leigh. Hyam at dummy half. Along the line to Douglas. Douglas to Richardson. Richardson to McNally. McNally kicks ahead, looking for Bentley. But Johnston dives on the loose ball. He read that play to perfection. And Bradford now, they'll have a full set of 6 coming deep from their own half. Running time off the clock. Bradford 26, Leigh 12. This by far the best performance of the season that we have seen from John Keir's side. How much a difference Rowan Milnes has made. Oh boy. Don't forget, next Sunday we'll be at Cougar Park. The Challenge Cup. 4th round tie. Keighley Cougars against the Bradford Bulls. What a humdinger that will be. The whistle in the background is a penalty to the Bulls, their 15th of the afternoon, because George Flanagan, out of dummy half, has caught the Leigh markers offside. And Damien, clock stop, 2 minutes 57 seconds to go. Great to see a continuation of what happened last week. Clearly something has changed with the players.
Oh, I think they're gaining confidence, Mick. They're playing together and they're playing combinations better. We've even seen a growing of the side, I think, and a maturity in the side this game. The start of the first half was a tight game of rugby league. It really was what Championship Rugby League's all about, and the Bulls stayed in it, and they found points when they needed to. They defended well, and they completed pretty well. What we've seen this second half, though, is better fluidity through the combinations, a little bit more confidence. Milne's grown into the game, as is Wildy in that half position. Some great work for the forwards. I didn't mention them earlier, but, players such as Staunton, Farrell have had outstanding games. Oakes has really done very well defensively as well out there on the fringe. So a really good team performance. The team is growing with confidence. That's what we've seen over the last few weeks. I don't think it's too unusual compared to the last month worth of rugby league, but they're starting to get points and wins as a result. Well done.
The attendance this afternoon, 4,381. So a huge crowd here at Odsal as it goes from Gibson to Flanagan to Kirk. Kirk's brought down on the second tackle after the restart. Bradford 30 out from the Leigh line. Flanagan goes through a gap and he's lost the ball, and Leigh will have the scrum just outside their own 20-metre line. So Lady scores on the doors in the Betfred Championship full time, and it's finished Barrow 26, Swinton 32. Featherstone Rovers 22, Dewsbury 32, still playing at the Shea, where it's Halifax 12, Toronto 48. So the Wolfpack are going back to the top of Betfred Championship. It's Rochdale 4, Widnes 50, and still playing at Bootham Crescent, where it's the York City Knights 16, Sheffield Eagles 24. So if that result stands, it'll only be a second defeat of the season for James Ford and the York City Knights. Here at Odsall, 2 minutes remaining. Leigh still going forward, using it with Adamson down the middle, brought down just outside his own 30-metre line. Hyam in at dummy half. Hyam along the line to Brooks. Brooks to Luke Adamson. Luke Adamson wins the penalty for late contact from Jake Webster. So it's a penalty to Leigh on their own 40-metre line. The clock is stopped. 80 seconds remaining. And Keighley Cougars still playing at Cougar Park, and they trail North Wales Crusaders by 18 points to 22. So Bradford will arrive at Cougar Park next Sunday full of confidence. Another game you can hear live on Pulse 2. So Leigh, full set of 6, 20 out from the Bradford line, trailing 26-12. Here goes Woods to Richardson. Richardson out wide to Bentley. Bentley inside the Bradford 10, and he's lost the ball, James Bentley. He was looking to find the support of Johnny Pownall on his right edge, but I think that's been the story of the game for the Leigh Centurions. A lot of effort, a lot of endeavour, and a lot of well-constructed plays, but ultimately that final percentage just breaking down. So 12th error of the afternoon for the Leigh Centurions. 20 seconds remaining. Bradford have the ball with D. Fogging Johnston. 18 out from his own try line, 5 in from the far stand side. It's now going to go to Hallis. Hallis brought down there by Luke Douglas, and Douglas wraps him up. 10 seconds remaining. The crowd are going to count us down. Listen to the noise when that hooter goes. Webster rolled over on his own 30-metre line. Here's for the hooter. Full time here at Odsall Stadium. Bradford return to winning ways. 8 games played, 4 wins now, 8 points, up to 6th in the table, just outside them playoff places.